Henry Foster says a gram is better than a dam, denoting how the ingestion of soma is better than the feeling of vexation or annoyance. And this is constantly a repeated phrase throughout the novel. And through the statement, Henry Foster implies that soma distracts the residents of the world state from the negative emotions they are supposed to experience in order to inhibit any feeling of dissatisfaction in this perfect society, in order to ensure that everyone is motivated to play their role in the society. Since everyone works for everyone, which is actually a quote in page 76. Therefore, Huxley repeats this phrase throughout the novel to emphasize on the thwarting of free thinking for the residents of the world state in order to prevent them from realizing that they're being controlled. And Huxley writes, and that put the director sententiously. Huxley also writes, and that put in the director sententiously, that is the secret of happiness and virtue. Liking what you've got to do. All conditioning aims at that, making people like their unescapable social destiny. Wait, again. Huxley writes, and that, put in the director sententiously, that is the secret of happiness and virtue. Liking what you've got to do. All conditioning aims at that, making people like their unescapable social destiny. Supporting this claim, the drug soma is also an allusion to an auspicious juice from an unknown planet in India. From an unknown planet in India that was the rudimental offering of the Vedic sacrifices, practiced in Hinduism. This further emphasizes the repetition of Huxley's perennial philosophy views present throughout the novel. This interpretation of soma could be seen in page 79, when Rheanna and Henry dance to the Bottle of Wine song, which is constantly repeated throughout the novel as well. So this is actually a really, this is a favorite part of mine, the analysis of the Bottle of Wine song, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so the Bottle of Wine, in the Bottle of Wine song, there's this line that goes like, the bottle of mine, it's you I've always wanted. Okay, I don't really know how to sing it, but whatever. The phrase Brave New World, the phrase bottle of mine in this lyric basically represents the bottle of soma in the world state citizens are provided with. You see that? You see that connotation? See what I mean? Okay. Anyway, so the meaning of this line is associated with the idea of soma and that it is a need for the world state's residents. The second line, bottle of mine, why was I never decanted? I'm not going to even bother singing it anymore. Represents the suicidal thoughts of the world state's residents. Represents the suicidal thoughts the world state citizens might ever have if soma was non-existent. And this is actually a foreshadow to the ending of the play. The ending of the book. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a foreshadow for sure. Okay. So Huxley writes this line to highlight the contrast between the thoughts and the characters in Brave New World, if they were able to practice free thought, compared to when their thoughts are conditioned by the world state through soma, obviously. Yeah. So furthermore, the third and the fourth line, skies are blue inside of you, the weather's always fine, implies that soma creates a perfect view of the world of the world state. And the sixth and seventh line, there ain't no bottle in the world like that dear little bottle of mine, denotes that nothing is able to replace the feeling of pleasure soma provides them with. Huxley repeats the song to highlight the expression for the world state citizens' desire to live a joyful life without feeling any form of discomfort. Therefore, the song is a form of dramatic irony, actually, because the citizens aren't aware of the fact that they're being governed, which is what the song hints at when the readers understand it, but the characters don't. So the statement Rheanna and Henry were yet dancing in another world in page 79 supports this interpretation of the Little Bottle of Wine song, since it denotes how the consumption of soma is simply an escape from reality, relating to the idea that happiness is satisfaction and can leave an individual feeling worthless when not consumed. However, the bottle in Little Bottle of Mine could actually represent something else. It could represent the world state, implying that the residents of the world state are trapped in a totalitarian society. This interpretation of the song is also a dramatic irony because the first, third, and fourth line conveys how the citizens have been conditioned to love the world state, right? Displaying that Soma is a mechanism of propaganda. And the third line expands on this interpretation since the word blue could signify the ubiquitous blue screen surrounding the residents at the workplace, denoting the the world state's technological and advanced nature. But here's something that's even more crazy. Ready? This song is also an allusion to the song Little Mother of Mine by Walter H. and Harry Thacker Burleigh, published in 1917. The word bottle in Little Bottle of Mine replaces the concept of a mother in the world state because the decanting of bottles can be compared to a mother giving birth to a child, right? Again, emphasizing how this repetition is used by Huxley to highlight that every aspect of the world state's citizens' lives are being conditioned. But another thing Soma could also interpret is, another thing that Soma could basically represent is that it's a drug that stimulates the placebo effect to take place in the residents of the world state. And this is portrayed in page 86 through the repetition of the phrase, "I hear him." So this repetition depicts the cause of emotional and mental manipulation on the residents of the world state because of Soma. And since the residents of the world state understand that Soma makes them feel happier, the consumption of Soma stimulates their body. It simulates their body to feel a sense of relaxation as a result of the placebo effect. Therefore, this sense of relaxation leads the residents of the world state to feel the presence of a greater being because of their change of state, and not because they actually feel the presence of a greater being. So Bernard also repeats this phase to confirm with his comrades, ensuring that his real thoughts will not lead him to a loss of power. And again, this repetition depicts how the world state uses lying as a defense mechanism to keep their intentions hidden and remain prominent amongst their citizens. So I hope I discussed. So yeah, guys, that's basically it for today. I hope that gave you an insight to what Soma actually represents in Brave New World. If you haven't read Brave New World, I really recommend the book. It's an amazing book. It's filled with symbolisms and just those little symbolisms that you have to find. Okay, and if you don't find them, I will help you find them because that's what I love doing. Okay, so thank you guys for watching and see you in my next videos, and bye!